Ecuador is a great mining jurisdiction. They're well advised by Wood Mackenzie, and they're putting a lot of effort at the government level, at all levels, local, provincial and federal, into building a set of regulations to provide a long-term and responsible framework for the development of a really strong mining industry. So they're in it for the long term. They're being careful about it, and they're going slowly to make sure that they don't make any mistakes along the way. And Fruta del Norte development in the south of Ecuador is the bellwether for the future, and it's going really well. Gold supply and demand, that's something I really can't offer you a well-informed view on. I mean, it's one of the hardest metals to analyse supply and demand, and I certainly think that as interest rates start to creep up around the world, particularly in the US, we're starting to see some early signs of interest rate increases, and that always augurs well for gold. So I think we're on balance looking for higher gold prices over the next 5 to 10 years. SolGold is fantastically positioned to take advantage of rises in both gold and copper. The Alpala maiden resource statement that we had over 12 million ounces of gold and over 5 million tonnes of copper in it, and we expect that to grow. We know it's growing. The high grade section of that, which was 220 million tonnes, is growing, and we're tremendously well levered to rises in both copper and gold. So we're going to see gold price rises as a result of changes in the financial environment, and as the world electrifies and you need somewhere between 50 and 100 kilos more copper for every electric vehicle, copper price is going to go up. The world's major copper miners haven't invested nearly enough capital over the last 10 years in getting new resources and reserves developed for future production. So there's going to be a supply-demand imbalance, and I think 2019 we're going to see some really strong copper prices, and that overlaid over the tremendous pipeline of projects that we have at various stages all through Ecuador puts us in a very good position. Ecuador is one of the world's least explored and most highly prospective porphyry copper gold terrains. It's on the northern end of the Andean copper belt, and it simply hasn't been properly explored, and we took an early mover advantage there 4 years ago, and have got ourselves secured with a whole chain of really prospective porphyry projects. People should, in my view, invest in SolGold because we have one of the most important porphyry copper gold discoveries that the world's seen in the last 20 years. It's getting bigger. It's one of 4 targets on the Cascabel license, and the Cascabel license is only one of 73 others that we have all through Ecuador, so we have massive upside. We're building a new copper gold major here, not just working on one project, and at a time where metal prices are increasing, that provides upside from every angle for investors. Mining investment landscape has changed a lot over the last couple of years because the world's capital base is much more diverse, and it's spread around a variety of institutions, high net worth individuals, family offices, trusts, funds, foundations, even government organisations. Previously, you only found capital in very large banks, so it's decentralised, and conferences like Minds and Money are really good places to find access to some of these other sources of capital. They're deep, they're large, they're long and they're patient, and will often do the job a lot better than a bank will. Love attending Minds and Money and events like Minds and Money because of the diversity of capital sources that come here interested in companies like SolGold. And you just never know when you're going to run into a contact that's going to make a really significant material difference to your company, and that's why we come.